Good afternoon, dear students. Today I will discuss about integration by using partial fractions. First of all, I will discuss about some terms which we will use in this chapter, in this topic. First, rational function of x. If fx and gx are two polynomials, then fx by gx is called a rational function of x. If fx and gx are two polynomials, then fx by gx is called a rational function of x. For example, x square plus 1 divided by x cube plus 3x square minus 6x plus 2. A polynomial divided by another polynomial. This is called a rational function of x. Next, number 2, proper rational function. Proper rational function. A rational function fx by gx, where degree of fx is less than degree of gx, is called a proper rational function of x. Proper rational function means a rational function like this: x plus 1 divided by x square minus 5x plus 6. This is a rational function, and here degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Degree of numerator is 1, degree of denominator is 2. So this is a proper rational function. So a rational function fx by gx, where degree of fx is less than degree of gx, is called a proper rational function of x. Next, improper rational function. A rational function of the form fx by gx, where degree of fx is greater than or equal to gx. Degree of fx is greater than or equal to degree of gx is called an improper rational function. For example, x square plus 1 divided by x square plus 3x plus 4. This is an improper rational function because here degree of numerator and degree of denominator is same, 2, 2. Let us write another example: x square plus x cube plus 1 divided by x square plus 5x plus 6. Here degree of numerator is more than degree of denominator, so this is also an improper rational function. So if degree of numerator, degree of denominator is same, it will be an improper rational function. And if degree of numerator and degree of denominator, if degree of numerator is more than degree of denominator, then also it will be an improper rational function. If fx by gx is an improper rational function, that is, if degree of fx is greater than or equal to degree of gx, then we divide fx by gx to express the given improper rational function in the form fx by gx equal to phi x plus psi x by gx, where phi x is a polynomial and psi x may be polynomial, may be constant. But what we have to do for an improper rational function, first we divide fx by gx to express the given fraction in this form. Now let us take an example. Suppose, for example, x cube plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. Here it is an improper rational function, as degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator. Our next step will be, as it is an improper rational function, first of all we will divide the numerator by a denominator. See, if we divide x cube plus 1 by x square minus 1, by direct division, x into x square is x cube minus x, and this will be x plus 1. Here our division is over, as degree of this is less than degree of this. So how to express x cube plus 1 by x square minus 1? This equal to quotient x plus a remainder x plus 1 by divisor. Okay, we can cancel this also, but this is the procedure. For an improper rational fraction, first of all we divide numerator by denominator in this way, the way I have divided here. we divide numerator by denominator and express this in the form a polynomial plus a rational function of the form phi x by gx. Now this is here in this case you can say this is a proper rational function. Here also this will be a proper rational function. When we divide fx by gx, we will get an expression of this form where phi x is a polynomial and this will be a proper rational function like this. Okay, so remember this step. For an improper rational function, our first step will be to divide and to express the improper rational function in this form, a polynomial plus a proper rational function. And now let me define what is partial fraction. Any proper rational function, remember proper rational function fx by gx can be expressed as the sum of rational functions, each having a simple factor of gx. Each such fraction is called a partial fraction. Let me explain. This is a very simple idea. Let us consider this fraction 3x plus 2 divided by say x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Clearly, x minus 3, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. Clearly, this is a proper rational function. Here degree of numerator is 1 and degree of denominator is 3. X into x into x, it will be highest power of x will be 3 in denominator. So degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. This is a proper rational function. Remember, only a proper rational function can be resolved into partial fractions. Now this equal to we can write in this way: 5 by 2 into x minus 1 minus 8 by x minus 2 plus 11 by 2 x minus 3. I will show the process how we can express this in this way, but this fraction can be expressed in this way. These parts are called partial fractions. These parts are called the partial fractions of these. And you can see in each of these partial fractions, the denominator is one of the factors of this. Okay, so breaking up of a fraction into two or more parts is called a partial fraction. A proper rational fraction can be expressed as sum or difference of smaller fractions. These fractions are called partial fractions. Okay, and what you have to remember, first step, only a proper rational fraction can be expressed as sum or difference of smaller fractions. Only a proper rational fraction can be resolved into partial fractions, and in each of these partial fractions, the denominator will be a factor of the given fraction. Each, you can see, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, all are factors of the given fraction. All are the factors of the denominator of the given fractions. So partial fraction depends on factors of denominator. So these are the very important steps you have to remember while resolving a fraction into partial fraction. First step, it should be a proper rational fraction. Second step, the parts, number of parts will depends upon the factors of denominator. Okay, and now I will write how to resolve a given fraction into partial fractions. And now a very important note: factors of denominator corresponding partial fraction. If in the given fraction one of the factor of the denominator is x minus a, corresponding partial fraction will be a by x minus a. For a factor like this, corresponding partial fraction will be this. Suppose x minus a whole square is a factor of given fraction. Just suppose this is a given fraction, and suppose x minus a, in this fraction, x minus a whole square is a factor of this denominator. Then corresponding partial fraction will be a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square. Okay, if in the given fraction this is a factor of the denominator, then corresponding partial fraction will be this. For x minus a whole cube, if the given fraction has this as factor of denominator, corresponding partial fraction will be a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square plus c by x minus a whole cube. And for a quadratic factor, ax square plus bx plus c, if the factor of the denominator of the given fraction is of this form, that is a quadratic factor, corresponding partial fraction will be like this: px plus q divided by ax square plus bx plus c. So this thing you have to remember, and we will use this to resolve the given fraction into partial fraction, and this you have to remember. This is very, very important note. Now I have taken this question from NCERT textbook. Here we have to integrate 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. Now first of all, what is our observation? The given fraction 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 is a proper rational fraction. Degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. So we can resolve it, we can break it into partial fractions. Okay, we can resolve it into partial fractions. First of all, just carefully observe the factors of the denominator. First factor is x minus 1. Now you can see the x minus 1 is of this form, x minus a. X minus 1 is of this form. Corresponding partial fraction will be a by x minus a. So first of all we will write let this be equal to a by x minus 1. The second factor of denominator is x minus 2, which is again of this form, Corresponding partial fraction will be, as we have used a here, we will write b by x minus 2, and we have to connect them with a plus sign. Next, the third factor of denominator is x minus 3. X minus 3 is also of this form, like x minus 1, x minus 2. Corresponding partial fraction will be c by x minus 3, and again we have to add this by using a plus sign. So this is the corresponding partial fraction of this will be of this form, and we have to find a, b and c. We have to express this in this form. When we will resolve this into partial fractions, the fractions will be of this form, and we have to find a, b and c. Okay, now how to find a, b, c? We will take LCM in the right hand side. If we take LCM in the right hand side, it will be x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. So taking LCM in the right hand side, our right hand side will be of this form: x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 is the LCM. This will be a into x minus 2, x minus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x minus 3 and c into x minus 1, x minus 2. Now these two terms will get cancelled. Okay, so we will get this denominator will get cancelled, and we will get this equal to this equal to this. So cancelling the denominator, we get this result: a into x minus 2 into x minus 3, b into x minus 1 into x minus 2, c into it will be x minus 1 into x minus 3. It will be x minus 1 into x minus 3, and c into x minus 1 into x minus 2 equal to the numerator 3x minus 1. Okay, and this is true for all x, as this is equal to this, so this will be true for all x. Now we can substitute to find the values of a, b, c. Now you can see the denominator: x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. So when x minus 1 will be 0, when value of this will be 0, when x equal to 1. So first putting x equal to 1. If we put x equal to 1, you can see 1 minus 1 will become 0. So this term will be 0, 1 minus 1, this term will be also 0. So these two terms will be 0. So if we put x equal to 1, this will be a into minus 1 minus 2 is equal to, the right hand side will be 3 into 1 minus 1, so 2. So you can see b equal to, sorry, not b, it's a is equal to 1. Okay, so one by one we have to find ABC. First we get a equal to 1. Now you see the factors of the denominator, x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. This will be 0 when x equal to 1. Okay, so first we started by putting x equal to 1. Next we'll put x equal to 2, and then we'll put x equal to 3. We put x equal to 2, this will become 0, and when we will put x equal to 3, this will become 0. So you can see the factors are this will be 0 when x equal to 1. We started with this. Now we'll put x equal to 2, putting x equal to 2. If we put x equal to 2, we will get b into 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 3 is minus 1 is equal to 6 minus 1, which is 5. So b equal to minus of 5. And putting x equal to 3, if we put x equal to 3, this will become 0, this will become 0, c into 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2 equal to 9 minus 1, which is 8. So 2, c equal to 2 into 1, 2, c equal to 4. Now see, this is the partial, these are the partial fractions of this. So ultimately you can say this equal to, therefore 3x minus 1 by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to, I will not use integration sign here, I will use it later. This equal to a by x minus 1, a is 1, so it will be 1 by x minus 1 plus b is minus 5, so minus 5 by x minus 2, and c by x minus 3, so 4 by x minus 3. A by something, b by something, c by something. A by x minus 1, b by x minus 2, c by x minus 3. Now we have to integrate this. Okay, now integration of this, you can see the given question is to integrate this, and we have resolved this fraction into partial fractions in this way. We have resolved this into partial fractions, and now we have to integration of this will be, you can see 1 by x minus 1, 1 by x minus 1, minus of 5 by x minus 2, so it will be minus of 5 by x minus 2, plus 4 by x minus 3, so it will be 4 by x minus 3, as given fraction equal to this plus this plus this. So I have also expressed given fraction in this form, this and this. Now we have to integrate. Let me first separate the terms. 1 by x minus 1 minus 5 by x minus 2 plus 4 dx by x minus 3. And how to integrate? Integration of 1 by x is the log of x. Integration of 1 by x minus 2 is the log of x minus 2. Integration of 1 by x minus 3 is log of x, 1 by x 1, so it will be log of x minus 3 plus c. So this is the, and remember in each case you can see coefficient of x is 1, so if we divide by 1 it will remain same. So this is the integration. Okay, the resolving of the fraction into partial fraction, this part is lengthy, but the integration part you can see is very simple. Okay, so this is the answer. Next question is to integrate x square plus x minus 1 divided by x square plus x minus 6 dx. Now you can see this is an improper fraction, improper rational fraction. Okay, and we cannot resolve an improper rational fraction into partial fraction. So our first step will be to divide numerator by denominator. And now if we divide numerator by denominator, if we divide x square plus x minus 1 by x square plus x minus 6, we will get x square plus x minus 6, and this will be 5. Okay, quotient will be 1 and remainder will be 5. So this equal to, we can write quotient plus, that is 1 plus 5 by x square plus x minus 6. And now you can see this is a proper rational function. Degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. I will resolve this into factors. We will factorize the denominator now, and so factorizing the denominator, we get this equal to 5 by x plus 3 into x minus 2. And now you can see this fraction equal to, therefore x square plus x minus 1 by x square plus x minus 6 equal to 1 plus 5 by x plus 3 into x minus 2. And now you can see this is a proper rational function. Now we will resolve this part into partial fraction. Okay, this is now proper rational fraction. Degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, and now we have to resolve this into partial fraction. And how to resolve this into partial fraction? You can see this factor is a linear factor. Corresponding partial fraction x plus 3, corresponding partial fraction will be a by x plus 3, and for this corresponding partial fraction will be b by x minus 2, and we have to connect them by plus sign. Okay, now we have to take LCM in the right hand side. 5 into x plus 3 into x minus 2, and this will be a into x minus 2 plus b into x plus 3 by x plus 3 into x minus 2. Now cancelling these two, we will get this equal to this, and so ultimately we get this. Cancelling the denominator, you can see cancelling the denominator, these two terms, we get this equal to this. Now you see what are the factors of denominator in the given. We are resolving this into partial fractions, and what are the factors of denominator? X plus 3, x minus 2. This will become 0 when x equal to minus 3, and this will become 0 when x equal to 2. Okay, so one by one we will put x equal to minus 3 and x equal to 2. First I have put x equal to minus 3. If we put x equal to minus 3, this will become 0. So a into minus 5 equal to 5, and from this we will get a equal to minus 1. Now putting x equal to 2. If we put x equal to 2, this will become 0. So b into 5 is equal to 5, and from this I will get b equal to 1. Okay. Now the given fraction equal to, we can write, you see, the given fraction equal to this. This is the given function which you have to integrate. This equal to 1 plus something, and this equal to, this fraction equal to a by something plus b by something. So this becomes 1 plus a by something plus a by x plus 3 plus b by x minus 2. We will put the values of a and b, and we will get. So the given fraction becomes this 1 plus minus 1 by x plus 3, 1 by x plus 2. Now we will integrate. We have to integrate this. This is the given question. We have to integrate this. This equal to, we can write integration of 1 minus 1 by x plus 3 plus 1 by x plus 2 dx. Now 1 by 1 I will integrate. Integration of 1 is x. Integration of 1 by x plus 3 is the log of x plus 3, and integration of 1 by x plus 2 is log of x plus 2 plus c. So this is the final answer. Okay, here it was improper rational fraction. First we have to divide, and then we will resolve the proper fraction into partial fractions. First we have divided the numerator by denominator, and then we resolve this into partial fractions. Okay, and after that we integrate this part. Our next question is to integrate x by x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2. This question is from NCERT book. Here you can see degree of numerator is 1, degree of denominator is 3. So this is a proper rational fraction. As it is a proper rational fraction, we can resolve it into partial fractions. So let us resolve this into partial fractions. Now how to resolve this? You can see this factor of the denominator, x minus 1 whole square, which is clearly of this form, x minus a whole square. If the factor of denominator is of this form, x minus a whole square, corresponding partial fraction will be a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square. For a fraction of this form, for a factor of this form, corresponding partial fraction will be this. So you can see the corresponding partial fraction of x minus 1 whole square will be a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square. Next, x plus 2, this factor is of this form, x minus a, so corresponding partial fraction will be of this form. So we will write, for this our corresponding partial fraction will be c by x plus 2, c by x plus 2. Okay, now we will take LCM in the right hand side. If we take LCM in the right hand side, our right hand side will be this. Now cancelling the denominators, we will get this a into x minus 1 plus b into x plus 2 plus c into x minus 1 whole square is equal to x. I have cancelled this denominator and denominator, so this will be equal to this, so equal to x. Here I have committed a mistake, it will be x minus 1 into x plus 2. Okay, this will be a into x minus 1 into x plus 2, this will be x minus 1 into x plus 2, sorry for that, a into x minus 1 into x plus 2 plus b into this plus c into this. Now you can see the factors of denominator are x minus 1 whole square, x plus 2. This will be 0 when x equal to 1, and this will be 0 when x equal to minus 2. X minus 1 will be 0 when x equal to 1, and this will be 0 when x equal to minus 2. So putting x equal to 1, if we put x equal to 1, this will be 0, this will be 0, we will get b into 3 equal to 1, so b equal to 1 by 3. If we put x equal to minus 2, so this will be 0, this will be 0, and here from this we will get c into 9 is equal to minus 2. From this we will get c equal to minus 2 by 9. And now we have to find the value of a also. We have calculated b and c by putting x equal to 1 and minus 2. But here we have only these two factors, from where from this we get x equal to 1 and x equal to minus 2, which we have to put to get the values of b and c. Now we also have to find a, and how to find a? You can see we will equate. See, equating coefficient of x square. And how to equate coefficient of x square? You see, if we multiply these two, just I am writing here just to explain. You see the first term, a into x minus 1 into x plus 2, a into x minus 1 into x plus 2. If we multiply, we will get x square plus x minus 2. Now in this expression, what is the coefficient of x square? Clearly you can say coefficient of x square is a. So in this expression, coefficient of x square is a, we will write a. Here there is no term containing x square, so coefficient of x square here is 0, because there is no term containing x square, coefficient is 0. And here c into x minus 1 whole square, you see, c into x minus 1 whole square, if we break the whole square, coefficient of x square you can see will be c, coefficient of x square is c, so coefficient of x square in this term is c. And in the right hand side there is no term containing x square, so coefficient of x square in the right hand side will be 0. If we put c equal to minus 2 by 9 here, we will get a equal to 2 by 9. So ultimately we get all the values a, b and c, and so this is the given fraction, this is the given fraction, and this equal to a by this plus b by this plus c by this. We have calculated the values of a, b and c, and so this equal to, we can write in this way, this plus this minus of this, putting the values of a, b and c. So integration of this will be integration of x by x minus 1 whole square x plus 2 dx. This is the given question, equal to integration of this means integration of first term 2 by 9 dx by x minus 1 plus integration of this 1 by 3 dx by x minus 1 whole square minus 2 by 9 dx by x plus 2. And now we have to integrate 2 by 9. One integration of 1 by x is log x minus 1. Integration of this is of the form 1 by x square, that is x minus 1 to the power minus 2. So its integration will be x minus 1 to the power minus 1 by minus 1. This is of the form 1 by x square or x to the power minus 2. Its integration will be x to the power minus 1 by minus 1 minus 2 by 9. Its integration will be 1. This is of the form 1 by x. Its integration will be log of x plus 2 plus c. So ultimately 2 by 9 log of x minus 1 minus 1 by 3 x minus 1 minus 2 by 9 log of x plus 2 plus c. So this is the solution. Okay. Next question is to integrate x by x square plus 1 into x minus 1 dx. Okay. First of all, we can see this is a proper rational fraction. Degree of numerator is 1, degree of denominator is 3. So this is a proper rational fraction. Now this equal to, we know a proper rational fraction can be resolved into partial fractions. So let us resolve this into partial fractions. You can see the factors of denominator. First factor is x square plus 1 and next factor is x minus 1. Now this x square plus 1 is a quadratic factor. We cannot factorize this one. X square plus 1 is a quadratic factor, and you can see for a quadratic factor the corresponding partial fraction is px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c. That is, this fraction will be in denominator and numerator will be of the form px plus q, px plus q. So we will write for this the corresponding partial fraction, this will come in the denominator, corresponding the numerator will be ax plus b, which is of the form px plus q, ax plus b. And for this the corresponding partial fraction will be a linear factor. Corresponding partial fraction will be this c by x minus 1. Now we have to find a, b and c. Okay, we will take LCM in the right hand side. So first I have taken LCM in the right hand side, and then cancelling the denominator we get this, I have written the left hand side, equal to x. Okay, now see factors of denominator. X minus 1 will be 0 when x equal to 1, and this have no real solution. So first step, this will be 0 when x equal to 1. So putting x equal to 1, putting x equal to 1 we get, if we put x equal to 1, so this will be 0. We will get c into 2 equal to 1, c into 2 is equal to 1, so c equal to half. Now this is not equal to 0, so we have no other factors in denominator. Now we will equate. Now equating coefficient of x square. How to equate? You can see ax into x, ax square. If we multiply these two, we will get only one term containing x square, which is ax square. So coefficient of x square is a plus c into x square. Coefficient of x square is c. In the right hand side there is no term containing x square, so coefficient will be 0. Putting c equal to half, so a equal to minus of half. Next, equating we have to find one more constant, which is b. We have to find b also. So equating constant term, you can see the constant here in this. If we multiply these two, we will get b into minus 1, minus of b, which is the only constant term. In all other terms there will be x. The constant term will be b into minus 1, which is minus of b. And here the constant term is c. C into 1 is c. Constant term means the term which do not contain x. So here the constant term is minus b. Here the constant term is c. In the right hand side, the constant term is, there is no constant term, so it will be 0. So if we put c equal to half, we will get b equal to half. Now you can see ultimately we get all the values a, b and c. So we will write the given fraction. We have to integrate this. We will write the given fraction in this form. So now the given fraction can be written in this way. Okay. Now you can see each of these fractions are partial fractions of this. We have to, as we have to integrate this, therefore integration of this is equal to integration of this. Now we can take half, minus half common. Let me take minus half common, or first of all let me write in this way: integration of this plus integration of this. As this equal to this plus this, so integration of this term means integration of this plus integration of this. Now we will integrate. First of all, we will separate these two integral. We will write minus half x by x square plus 1 dx plus half by x square plus 1 plus half dx by x minus 1. Now we have to integrate this one. For this we will write in this way: minus 1 by 4 into 2x. We will multiply numerator denominator by 2 plus half. This is of the form dx by x square plus a square. Its integration will be 1 by a, that is 1 by 1 tan inverse of x by 1. So tan inverse of x plus half. Integration of this is of the form 1 by x. Integration will be log of x. This part. This is of the form f dash x by fx. X square plus 1, its derivative of is 2x. F dash x by fx, integration will be log of fx. Half tan inverse of x, half log x minus 1 plus c. So this is the integration. Okay. So for a given fraction, if it is a proper rational fraction, we have to resolve it into partial fraction like this, and then we have to integrate the partial fraction which we obtained. We have to integrate it. You can see I have separated the integrals, this by this plus this by this, and each part, you see, this is of the form, you can see we can express this in the form f dash x by fx, which becomes log of fx. This is half tan inverse of x, and this is also 1 by x form, so log of x. Okay, and this way we can integrate. So these were some simple questions from the topic partial fraction. In the next class I'll solve some more questions from the same topic, partial fraction. That's all for today. Thank you.